Bet on Aces. Ace Country.
Yeah, so all the federal land management agencies enacted fire restrictions on June 1st, which was yesterday. And basically that means that certain types of activities that we know are known fire starters are prohibited on public lands. So for the Bureau of Land Management, that means that we're not allowing campfires anymore. People need to, if they're going to smoke out on public lands, need to do so inside their vehicle. There aren't any open flames, so if you need to do any cutting, welding, or grinding, that requires a permit. And then most importantly, we've seen an increase in shooting-related fires lately. So some of the specific things that you can do to prevent a shooting-related fire are not use steel core ammunition, which is prohibited under the order, or exploding targets, and tracer ammunition, which also are known fire starters.
Because those do start fires, right?
They do indeed, and actually here in Pahrump last night we had a shooting-related fire just outside of town, so we have seen an increase in those type of things lately, and we're really doing everything we can to try to prevent a devastating wildfire in this community.
How many acres were burned?
It was about 2 acres, but you know, every acre counts, and in some areas where the habitat takes a lot longer to recover, those 2 acres probably won't look the same for quite some time.
So tell me about some of the other fire restrictions.
So particularly using an open flame, basically what we're trying to tell folks is that when you're outside enjoying your public lands, just try and be smart and think about any unintended consequences that could happen from your activities.
Are there campgrounds that allow fires, like campfires?
So on Bureau of Land Management land, we don't have any established campgrounds in this area that are open right now to open flame or campfires, but the National Park Service and the U.S. Forest Service have different restrictions.
For us, it means that there's no wood or charcoal fires anywhere in our forest except in the developed recreation areas. So places like Wheeler Pass and Lovell Canyon, which Pahrump people visit frequently with their ATVs and that, there's no campfires on Wheeler Pass or over in Lovell Canyon. If people wanted to go camping for a weekend and have any kind of fire, they'd have to go over to the east side of the range and go to a developed campground.
And so this is a lot, like you said, a lot of people are using that area. So they won't be allowed to have campfires. What's the penalty if they do?
For us, it's a $250 fine. Really, it's about $280 with the administrative cost. But people can also still go out and recreate and have fires, but they need to be a propane or a gas stove fire. So people can go camping and take a gas stove and still have a fire that way, but they just can't have wood or charcoal.